Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of Fishcraft. I'm really excited to do today's episode. I got all kinds of stuff I want to do. And, oops, I've left the shaders on again. I'm so sorry. I was just doing some fishing. I had them on by default. I'm so sorry. Today's episode, I've got a lot of stuff planned because last episode, I built this little starter base right here. And, taking a look back at it now, I think I tried too hard to follow the footsteps that Stellar Basin laid out in the game Dredge. So I tried too hard to make that building in the game instead of kind of going my own direction with it. I feel like I suffered, and combined with the fact that I don't know how to gradient properly, there's just two colors there, it's green and yellow. Oh yeah, I did so good. I'm so sorry. So this episode, I'm gonna try to right a few wrongs here. To do that, I'm gonna have to do a lot of reworking, I think. So this whole roof right here, I'm ripping it down. It's going away. It's too tall, it's too yellow and green. I don't like it. It needs to go. But before I can rip it down, I need to get myself a lot of copper, because that is the color palette that I'm gonna be swapping to, at least for this building right here. As much as I love the bamboo, I feel like it really doesn't match kind of what I had in mind for this area right here. So I'm gonna change it up. And I've spent the best part of like 5 hours in my creative world trying to come up with a good design for this, and it's not going well at all. But I think it's a little better than this green stuff, which brings me to the current problem. I need copper, and a lot of it. Usually the best place to get copper would be from a trial chamber, but I don't think I want to do that quite yet, so I'm gonna have to go and manually collect this copper myself, which is absolutely not a problem, because the amount of caves that are nearby is absurd. At least I've been told by the local llamas. The problem I ran into was not the copper, but the bees, because I need to have all this copper waxed, right? So I'm gonna need a lot of different wax to get the job done, and I don't have no bees. Well, there goes 89 levels. I wasn't paying attention, and I got speared by a trident. All right, well, ow, he's doing it again. I can't even get all my stuff back. How rude. Oh no. Nope. This is not going well. That could have gone better. I am so glad I'm not playing hardcore anymore, because I've just died, and I could not care less about those levels. I'm just happy to be here still. While on the topic of being happy, I just found my first diamonds. Hey, let's go. What? There's more from this direction. I just fell off my scaffolding. I was down here trying to get some copper, right? I was like, oh, I've died too many times. I need a break. And I broke my legs. And immediately I'm greeted with some diamonds. That's all well and good, but I actually need copper and iron a lot more than diamonds. Now I just gotta wait for some of this iron to cook up, because I've got a little tiny island over there that looks very stony, and I can see some coal already sticking off the side, which is exactly what I need. So I think I'm gonna head over there and see if there's some copper, maybe just on the surface. Here we go, my first ever tool. And there it is. It's beautiful. I wonder, can I keep this iron pick forever? Probably not. Well, I don't want to go exploring during the night, so I guess I'll just fish. I could just, sleep like a normal person, but where's the fun in that? Smells like cooking drowns. It must be morning. I feel like a kid that's about to go to school. Just 5 more minutes, Mom. All right. I'd better get to the island. Oh, uh-oh. It's already sundown. Oh well, may as well keep fishing. And as if on cue, it starts raining. I'm not going anywhere. I'm fishing. I'm sorry. 2 seconds. Oh, and in case anybody's wondering why I like rain so much, it's because when it's raining, it increases your chance of catching a fish by up to 40%. I think. So usually, if it rains, I'll try to take advantage of the opportunity. Oh, it's done raining. And it's morning. I don't think I could have delayed that any more than I did. Ah! This is good. Watch where you're going, buddy. This is a freeway. This is going really well. You could even say it's going swimmingly. Onwards to the next island. Eventually. It's been eventually. And I needed to go back home to make another pickaxe, because this one's almost broken, and I don't want to lose it. So I'm going to store it in the valuables chest and go and make a couple more. And before I head back out, I need to bring my bed with me, because I've had to come back like 3 times already just to take a nap. Watch this sick clutch. That's right. I just found 2 of my favorite armor trims in the whole game. I don't think that trip could have gone any better than it did. I did have some trouble with this treasure map, though. I tried really hard for probably a good 15 minutes running around in circles with my boat, and I could not find wherever it was. So I just gave up and started placing some copper down. But since it's raining, I'm gonna take a fishing break. 2 seconds. One fishing later, and I think I am good to go now to try and get started on trying to find some bees, because I've got all this copper aging, and I've got, I think a couple more blocks ready to put outside and replace once these are fully oxidized. I just realized that on my mining trip that I did on the surface stuff, all those islands over there, I got quite a bit of iron, and not even just from the mining, just I got a lot of it from the shipwrecks and stuff and the chests they got. So maybe I could, oh, I've got it on me already. Yeah, I can turn this into blocks of iron and then make an anvil, then use this iron to make some tools and give myself a silk touch axe, which I could then use to pick up the beehives. And since I've got an anvil, I can give all my pets their names finally. We've got AG, and we've got Buster. Then, of course, we have Jelly. And then finally, we have the parrot, whose name was suggested quite a few times, actually. Their name is gonna be Pickle. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you so very much, everybody. All right, we've got the animals out of the way, and I just enchanted my axe, which is now called the Honey Hoarder, because it is gonna be doing some beehive chopping. I also did go back and enchant that iron pickaxe I made earlier, the very first one, and I named it Pico, the cutest little pickaxe in the world. Oh! There it is! It's the very first beehive that I saw. The one that I found last episode. I just accidentally ran into it again. It must be fate. These bees are destined to be my best friends. I know it. They know I have a thing about labor bee laws. Every bee is entitled to 6 15-minute breaks a day per 8 hours of work. I'll accept nothing less. Are you gonna hop into the beehive for me with your sibling? Please? Please? Oh, this is it. Okay, here we go. There we go. We got at least 2 bees in here. I'm sure of it. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna take some of these sunflowers with me. These things are very cute, and I'm sure the bees are gonna love them. I think that's it for the bees in this area. I think I'm gonna start heading back now so that I can get these bees their place all situated. I don't think I mentioned that I applied fortune to my pickaxe. So if at any point I did decide to go and get those hello. If at any point I did decide to go get those diamonds, I'm gonna be rich, but not right now because I don't want to. I don't need no diamonds. I need some more fish. That's what I need. Wow. And before I get too sucked into fishing, I just got a comment on my first episode suggesting a parrot name, and the name is so good that I have to go get another parrot just to name it this, because I don't know. I heard the name, I read it, and I'm immediately in love with it. I'm sure Pickle will be very happy to have another friend inside the house. I'm looking for a specific kind of bird. It is a blue one, and I'm pretty sure I saw one of them over here. Good day, birdie friend. Are you coming home with me? Give you some seeds? Yes, you are. Come on, buddy. We're going back to the... Oh, I love this color. Oh, the contrast is so nice. Wow. Welcome to the team, Pleiades. You gorgeous, beautiful little parrot bird. All right, we've got all of the naming stuff out of the way, which means it's time for me to hurry up and get started on what I have planned for the bees, which is going to be... I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. It's going to be some sort of tavern or something like that. I've been playing a lot of a game recently called Sea of Thieves, and there's one building in there in particular that sticks out to me a little bit, and it was a tavern that you spawn in whenever you spawn onto one of the little islands in the game. So I spent some hours recreating it in a creative world, except I put my own little twist on it, and oh, it's nighttime, and I call it the Bees and Barley. A very fitting name for a very cute building. So I'm gonna get started on collecting up the resources I need to get this building all finished up, or I guess, alright, yeah, it started even. I haven't even placed the first block. I'm gonna go get some blocks, and I'll be back in a minute. 2 seconds, or a minute, I don't know. One of them. Oh my goodness. It's been many hours since I made my last cut, saying that I was going to get some resources, and finally, I got the resources, and I fully finished this entire tavern, and oh my goodness. Can we just take a second to look at it? This little thing is so cute! Oh my goodness, look at the little bee on the side. He's just a little guy. I hadn't quite realized, though, while I was building this, that it doesn't really have anything to do with bees now, does it? So I kind of had to slap on this little tiny cute little bee on the side because, you know, this is where the bees are going to be living. This is where we're going to be making all their honey and you know, we're going to be selling some honey bottles out of here, some honeycomb, sell some beehives or something. I'm not really sure, but I'll figure it out. I really love this design. Here's a picture of the tavern from Sea of Thieves, so you can see my inspiration. You come along this way here, we've got a little staircase that leads up to a small back door that leads to the interior, which is it's a bit empty, but that's okay. We don't need any interior right now. We just need a place to store the bees in. I'm kind of at a standstill right now with the bee stuff because I don't know, should I have them just make honey inside of the building, or should I have the roof kind of exposed and open and let them fly around outside and get some flowers themselves that way? I don't want to get the bees hurt, so I feel like I should prioritize their safety over breathability. So I think I'm just gonna pop the bees inside the bees and barley, and everything's gonna be great. All right, I've changed my mind, and I think I want the bees to be as free as they possibly can. So I'm just gonna leave these doors open and let them be able to roam free as much as they like. At some point soon, I'm gonna be doing the interior for both my starter base and the bees and barley, but it's so much work. I'm really bad at interiors. They're really fun, but they just take so long. I think we can cross the bees and barley off of our checklist. Finally, which means now all we gotta do is wait for the bees over there to start producing some honeycomb so we can wax our copper so that we can finish the starter base. I guess while I'm waiting, I can just do some fishing. Yeah. I got another mending book! I don't know why I'm surprised, honestly. I've already got 8 of them. Oh, I've just thrown my fishing rod! I'm so sorry. Oh, that's right. Before I forget, there is one thing I wanted to do now that I've got an anvil, and that is combine my fishing rods that I have in my inventory right here. So we've got just this regular fishing rod, and then we've got the crazy strong abyssal angler, right? Well, this fishing rod right here, this is the first one I ever crafted, and I promised it that this is the fishing rod that I would use forever. So I need to combine it with my current one to make it 36 levels. Well, you know what they say. The price you gotta pay for... I don't know what they say, but worth it. I dare say my little bee farm I got here is going really good. I got a whopping 7 beehives in there, producing all kinds of honeycomb. I could make a cereal with that many honeycomb. Call it the crunch combs. Now that I know that my bee farm is doing pretty good, I need to try and find myself some copper because I don't think I need to worry about honeycomb anymore. I've got plenty of it. So I'm gonna do some mining for a while. 2 seconds. Oh, I just found a trial chamber. Now, while I am completely riddled with fear, I'm quite excited because I don't think we've got to worry about copper anymore for the foreseeable future. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I want to fish. I want to fish. You get an achievement for entering the trial chambers. Huh. Oh my goodness. Look at how much copper's down there. And I took it all. I am sorry if this is a bit of a grindy episode. I accidentally made my to-do list a bit too large. So pretty much this whole time, I've just been running around frantically trying to complete it all. I also have been working on the blueprints for my mega base. I know it's literally the 2nd episode, but you gotta start early sometimes. I've been doing some thinking and some building in my creative world, trying to figure out what I think I should do for my mega base this season, and I have the perfect idea. I'll give you a hint. It's got lots to do with iron and drills. If you've played Dredge before, then you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And with that, I do believe it is finally time to get started on this starter base. First order of business, remove the roof. Second order of business is to put it back. This looks pretty bad. And I think I'm pretty sure this looks a little bit better than the bamboo one. It's definitely less steep, that's for sure. But I think it looks really cute, and I'm fully ready to get started on finishing up this little starter base. And for the add-ons on the side, I was thinking circular on 2 ends, and then one little one little wizard tower thing, kind of just spiking out the top. It looks good in my brain. I tested out in the creative world, and it kind of looks good in there. So I'm just gonna get this over with already. Did somebody want some fish? I've got a big fish. And in case you're wondering why I put a giant fish on top of this building, it is because I've just decided at this very moment that I want my starter base to be the storage for every single item that I catch during my fishing ventures. I mean, because look at this dock. It is a mess. There is stuff everywhere, and just about all of these barrels are completely filled. Also, I don't know if anybody could tell or not, but I really like to build very chunky square roofs. I don't like the slopes to be too gradual. I like using full blocks instead of like slabs and stairs. It's a really weird thing, but that's pretty much how I've always done it. Maybe at some point in the future, I'm gonna change this again, because I did notice that I needed to put a jungle strip through these buildings as well, because it kind of looks like it's just this one right here that's got the actual jungle bark, and it doesn't look right. So I'm gonna add a couple strips on the tower, and maybe one going through these little circles on the side. I'm not really sure. I really love this, and this little starter base has come out great. I'm really excited to see how this series comes along. Okay, so next order of business is to do a little bit of tidying up, because I've got resources all over the place, and I don't like it. I gotta move all this stuff back into the base. So don't mind the back of the fish. Don't look at the fish. No, don't stop. Look over here. We got to pull all this stuff inside the base so that it's not as messy outside, because the barrel monster it's getting out of hand. We're just gonna start transporting these goods to the base. Oh, it's raining. Oh no, I left my new friend in the boat. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I don't think anybody saw it, but I met a cute little piggy while I was fishing. He just was sitting in the water, and he was too cute for me to get rid of. So I kept him, and I put him in the boat. So he's my friend now. And we're going to go on adventures together, and everything's going to be great. Okay, let's park him right here for the time being until we can figure out what we're going to do. Oh, that's such a good idea. Oh, if any of you happen to have some good names for this cute little pig, I would absolutely love to hear them, because I feel like me and this pig, we're gonna be seeing a lot of each other. Okay, I've got my pet pig inside the house, so I think I'm good to get started on trying to tidy up this interior a little bit, starting with this area here, because I just finished moving everything from the bees and barley into this house, so now I need to sort out this mess. This is all new. All these barrels, these are all empty. I need to work out these barrels here, because this room is going to be the fish room, where I store all the fish that I catch, which there's gonna be quite a lot of them. So I'm gonna need all of this storage for fish. I can't have nothing else in here, so it's all gotta go, starting with the furnaces. I never looked at it with shaders before. Oh, it's beautiful. I love this little place so much. Okay, I've just done some brainstorming, and I know what I want to do for the interior. So this right here, this is going to be the fish storage room, and then this room is going to be the bow and arrow and fishing rod storage room, and also my bedroom where I sleep, because I sure get a lot of bows and arrows and fishing rods. So I'm pretty sure at some point I will have filled every single one of these barrels. And then up here, most of it is probably going to be saddles. That's why I'm having barrels stacked all the way up to the roof, because for some reason saddles don't stack. So there's going to be a lot of barrels filled up really quickly. And then the two circular rooms on each end are just going to be the general storage. This is where a lot of the stuff is going to be going, like all the stone and all the wood and all the decorations and random stuff. It's all going to go in these little circle spots on each side. And I'm pretty sure that's everything. So there's no time like the present. May as well start moving at least some of the stuff. Actually, I think I quite like having barrels out here. It might be a mess, but let's be honest. When a fishmonger runs a dock, usually it's not gonna look pretty. You're dealing with fish. Right, so that's settled then. We keep the barrels outside until they are filled up, and then once they're overflowing, I will start putting the rest of the stuff that I catch inside of the starter base. That sounds like a lovely idea. Oh, and there's one last thing I wanted to do, and it might seem odd, but I've been using a pair of leather boots since I started fishing, and I've grown attached to them, and I'd be pretty sad if I lost them. So I think I'm gonna enchant them with mending, feather falling, and protection 4, and I wanted to give them the name Rain Boots because, I'm a fisherman and I'm pretty frequently in the rain, and I would have dyed them yellow, but I just tested it out in a creative world, and the yellow really just doesn't look good on the boots. It's not bright enough, and it looks like I'm wearing mustard on my toes. Now that I've got my rain boots all fully enchanted and ready to protect, it is finally time. I've been waiting all episode for this. It's finally time for me to go fishing again. And last episode, I was able to catch 5,300 fish by the end of the episode. Now, I'm not sure I could do that again, but I'm certainly willing to try. So without further ado, let's get to fishing. I've got a lot of fish. How many exactly? 11,019 fish. I need to take a nap now. I am sorry if that time lapse was a bit longer than normal. It turns out, last episode, when I did the time lapsing of my first fishing session, I accidentally only did less than half of the footage. I had to speed up this video 1,000 times for it to fit into an even somewhat reasonable length of the video, and even now it was more than twice as long as I wanted it to be, but I've sped it up as much as I possibly can, so I'm sorry. I think I might have an addiction, because even after all that fishing, all I want to do is go back to fishing. Also, that entire time, I only caught 2 mending books, and last time, I caught like 9, and I caught the same amount as I did last time, if not more this time. So the odds, they really are just kind of backwards, which is fine. I mean, I'm spending my mending books on leather boots and iron pickaxes. I don't think I need them, but I have unfortunately run out of time for today's episode. So all that's left for me to say is thank you all so very much for watching this episode of Fishcraft. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye! Did anybody else notice that my pic changed? There's a different pic now. That's weird.